it's right now it's a bit, let's say, well, I don't really know, because like everybody's tired and because of jet lag and everything. It's the first show. I think everybody's a bit nervous. So like you never know how it's going to be. You have new people working for you, new gear, everything is new. First show. At least we are in Montreal. That usually has been quite good to us. So. No, I think it's nice to start in a good venue, and in a place where you probably get a decent amount of audience as well. So to get the tour started on a high note. I think there are two differences between Europe and North America. That basically in Europe we are a bigger band than what we are in North America. So of course we are playing in front of smaller audiences, and we are playing in smaller venues, and that is the other difference. That in not so much in Canada, but in USA the venues basically are really poor when compared to the European ones. Yeah, there was a difference that we were not really that much recognized in Finland. We were bigger outside Finland than in Finland, but that's been changing quite a lot during the last couple of years. No, it's not that much work. I think it's on tours. It is for us. It is better to have a show every day, because we have noticed in the past that the off days are the heavier days, because you don't have anything to do. You don't have to prepare for anything. You just try to kill time somewhere, and you end up drinking quite a lot, and then the next day is even more difficult. So it's better to keep yourself busy, keep your mind in the work, basically. So, and this is not so heavy work. I think this is quite comfortable way of traveling. You have to work like 2 hours a night, and that's it. And then you get to travel around the world. So it's okay. We don't, like, Arkona is the only band that we know beforehand. We have played with Arkona a few times we've met them many times at different festivals, and then we did was it last year? We did a short tour with them, European tour as well. So we know them, but the American bands we have like no previous history with them. Only met them today, and I didn't even meet the Polka Dot Cadaver. I haven't met the guys. I think they arrived late or something. So no idea of that. No, it's all that depending on the day. Like it is. You can clearly see that the mood is different. That the mood changes by the weather. For example, when you are in Montreal, where it's cold, wet, lots of snow, it's not really that uplifting. Then like everybody keeps thinking like, I can't wait to get to Mexico City. But it is, the mood is different, but it's still, we can still enjoy. We can ourselves. We can still figure out something interesting to do. No, that Mexico City was just the first warm place to come to my mind right now. Of course there are sort of favorite places to go, but usually, for me at least, why they are my favorites is because I like the venue. Like you can have really shitty venues and have a brilliant audience, but I like to tour nice venues. I like that you have plenty of room at the backstage and you have warm water, decent showers, that kind of stuff. That is what I like. Well, we did this was the second album that we did with a new producer, and I think it was an easier one to do since we now knew better how he worked and he knew us better. And musically, I think we basically just continued we continued from where we left on the previous album. I don't see much difference in there, but I feel when I got the first raw mixes of whatever from the album, and I listened to that like entirely first time, like entirely all of songs, and so I felt that it was a brilliant rock and roll album. I had this. I've never had previously from albums that they had this thing that you really cannot describe, the thing called rock and roll. This new album had this feel, like sort of even like Motorhead kind of feel to that it was like pure rock and roll, and I really liked that. The previous albums have been maybe metal albums or folk metal albums, and this one for me was really rock and roll. Well, we basically know all the songs that are going to be on the album, and we've already recorded, done some basic tracks. And I did that now with the demo tracks that we've done. I did the same, that I put them all on one CD, and I drove like 800 kilometers playing just that that CD, and I think it's going to be a good album. It's perhaps a bit different again. I think it's like there's more complexity in the composition and that kind of differences, but still we can never really tell that until we actually have it finished, since we now seem to be changing the songs quite a lot still in the studio. I have no idea. I have to say that, for example, the video you mentioned was totally the director's idea, and I wouldn't have done it like that. But that was his idea, and we went with it. And I don't think we ever will be doing any kind of this. How do you say that? That we are not trying to tell people what to do and what not to do. It's not our job. We are not trying to make a stand in any way in that sense. I think you should see both, or hear both, because I think there is a difference between the live version and the studio version, and I think the worst way perhaps is to go on YouTube and see what is the most famous video and watch that, since that doesn't really give a good picture of what we really are, since I think we are, well, if you listen to an entire album, you will realize that we are much more interesting than just beer or vodka. The next album will not have a drinking song. There will not be a song about any alcohol. So no, I think we have done enough of those already. So I guess we're done with it. Toronto.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Just because. Yeah, but it's when you come up with a band like Rush, then I will say Montreal, but now I have to go with Toronto. I'm sorry. No, I have no opinion. I just had to say something like, and I didn't want to be kissing her ass if saying Montreal. So.